so just to get straight to the point, today I'm only going to talk about my go-to routine for maximizing a day in the life as a remote worker. However, down the road, I will release videos honing in on different aspects in terms of this topic. But for today's video, let's get straight to it. Up here you see in red, I have 3 prongs. I have the first 15 minutes, I have meals, and I have lifestyle. In terms of the first 15 minutes, you cannot have any screen time whatsoever. In university for years, I woke up taking in GroupMe messages, iMessage group chats, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. That is probably the worst thing you could do amidst waking up in the morning. You can't possibly give yourself 110% when you're extending yourself in that many directions. And that's just in terms of group chat settings and social media. You can be doom scrolling and doing a lot of other different things. Regardless, the screen time on the phone is not good for you first thing in the morning, specifically if you're working on a computer all day. No screen time the first 15 minutes upon waking. Besides that, you've got to drink water. We all dehydrate ourselves throughout the night sleeping. You're not getting your water intake. So you need to do a Poland Spring water bottle or a glass of water amount every morning right away. Now moving on to meals, I have 3 meals here. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner because that's what I do. I eat 3 square meals a day. Everyone's different. Everybody has different lifestyles, different metabolisms, and different foods that they like to eat. Figure out what works for you, what meets your macros, and space that out throughout the day so that you're eating. This is a non-negotiable. You need to eat food. If you think that if you eat 3 meals a day, you will get heavy and overweight, that's probably because of the foods that you're eating. We're designed and programmed to eat. You're allowed to eat, you're supposed to eat, you should eat. If you don't, you'll be a shell of yourself. The third one I have is lifestyle. Now in terms of lifestyle, this is really, really, really important because when you're working at home all day, you're literally getting cabin fever. And if you don't get out of the house, you're going to hate your house. You are going to hate what you're doing. Things that used to be enjoyable, so many things in your house. You need to get out of your house and you need to have a lifestyle. You need to go on walks. Everybody should be walking. When you live in a city area, you're getting your steps in every day. When you're commuting, you're getting your steps in relatively. When you're home, you're working remote, you are not getting your steps in. And that's something that everyone overlooks. You need to walk. On top of that, everybody needs to exercise, some form of exercise. Whether it's Pilates, yoga, weightlifting, calisthenics, I don't care. Get blood flow, move your body, and you'll feel better in your mind. The third thing is clubs. I think everyone should be a part of a club. A lot of people are a part of clubs without even realizing it. If there's a group at your gym that you're not friends with outside of the gym, but you're friends with at the gym, that's a club. If you golf with people, you fish with people, you do your makeup with people, you get your hair done with people, you go on walks with people, you go to a coffee shop and talk about a book with people, that's relatively, in my mind, a club. You need to have some sort of club. This is a curveball for a lot of people. I don't game. I have an Xbox next to my monitor on my desk right there. I game sometimes, but realistically, I'm not a gamer, and I think gaming is great. I think that in a gaming community, you bounce ideas off of each other, you're emotionally there for each other, and you're socializing. And socializing is something really big. Socialization gets so deteriorated through remote work, it's not even funny. To the extent where I'm meeting people, and their dialogue is, oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Because they have to emphasize the fact that it's not like they're really meeting you. And I thought that was one of the most craziest things when I first got going post-university. It's nice to meet you. I thought that was just crazy. And if you look up and you do research in terms of what socialization does for people, you realize how important it is. It literally is kind of what brings you your joy. Anybody out there have a coworker that you both hate your job, but because you both get along, it makes the job that much better? That's an example right there. When you're in your late teens, early 20s, you're not going to get involved in your community. That's not really an ideal thing to do for most people, at least what I've seen and experienced. But getting involved in your community, especially in your 20s, 30s, it's just so great, and you're just networking, and everything is just that much better in terms of getting help, support, and honestly having a good time. Down here in the bottom left, you see I have 2 things. The first thing is side hustle. When you're working remote, you're not commuting, you are saving, I want to say, this is off my dome, all of this is off my dome, but I would say you're probably saving at least hour and a half to 2 hours a day of commute time. That's 30, 45 minutes you could put towards each day. That adds up weekly, monthly, yearly. You could do a side hustle, even something that doesn't give you, profit right away. You just do something. And then on top of that, I'll just say, do something you love. If you're not doing something you love, what's gonna propel you to get all this done? You gotta do something you love. And it's funny because I have my club, it's literally right here. But like golf is something that like I love. And it keeps me going. Doing something you love is what's gonna keep you going. And if you're not doing something that you love and you're working remote, you're kind of just existing. So whatever it is, figure it out and do that. And do it 110%. And I promise you, if you follow these 3 prongs and what consists of these prongs, you will maximize every day as a remote worker, and you'll have a lot better of leisure levels and contentment and fulfillment.